Hello, folks. This is Michael Broussard of Ask a Sex Abuse Survivor. Today, I want to talk to you about medical triggers. Before I start, I want to offer a little disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. I am not a mental health professional. I am not giving medical or mental health advice. I'm sharing my experience as a survivor. I also want to offer a trigger warning to my fellow survivors. I'm going to be talking about potentially triggering medical procedures, so be aware before you continue watching. Now, I recently had a prostate biopsy, and I had posted about the fact that this procedure had been very triggering for me and that I was still recovering from that. And a very well-meaning friend, I'm not trying to impugn him at all, he's a wonderful person, a very well-meaning friend responded with, but it's over, right? As if somehow that meant that the triggers were over. And that's when I realized that a lot of non-survivors don't really understand medical triggers. For me, it wasn't just a situation of I went through this procedure, which, by the way, in the way it was conducted, reminded me of the way that I was sexually violated as a child, and I was fully awake and aware for this. But the triggers are not just isolated around that event happening. There were triggers leading up to it, knowing this was going to happen. There were triggers during it, of course. Triggers continue now. It's because my body remembers the abuse. And a lot of us survivors are familiar with that. Your body remembers the abuse. You can heal, you can work hard and all that, and that's wonderful. But your body remembers the abuse. So there's still a lot of work to deal with triggers. So a couple days later, still dealing with triggers from the procedure, because it reminded me physically of what happened to me, because I had those feelings of being violated in that particular way. I am working very hard. There's a lot of emotional and mental labor going into trying to manage these triggers. I am not fully functional yet since the procedure. I will be fully functional soon, but I don't know exactly when. So I think what I'm trying to get across here is that many medical procedures can be triggering for survivors because our body remembers the abuse. For non-survivors, when somebody says to you they're triggered leading up to a procedure or triggered from a procedure, the best thing I think you can do is say, you know what, I understand, I sit with you, I care, tell me what's going on for you, and accept at face value what I say, what a survivor says about what they're going through, and support them through that. So, that's very validating for survivors. So I just wanted to let everyone know, particularly non-survivors, that when somebody is having medical triggers, just be there for them. You don't need to fix it. Thank you very much.